Monkey.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Yo, man, we are back.
Yes, sir.
To the CUATRO CERO. I'm your host, Danny Keynes. I got my co-host, Tone Rock.
I'm back.
I know y'all missed him in the last episode, but he was in the moon somewhere, came back in the rocket.
Take care of business.
And take care of business. And he's here for a special week because, I mean, every week is special, but it's
really
my
special.
Birthday week.
Happy birthday, brother.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you. I am super blessed. I am now 36. Woo. Wow.
Youngster.
You think so?
Hey, I ain't gonna say that.
I don't wake up. I don't wake up the same no more.
But you wake up.
But I wake up. Yeah, that's something to be grateful. Hey, I make an effort. I mean,
right.
It's a lot of moaning when waking up. It's like, oh, but I'm there.
You'll be all right.
It gets maybe like 5-10 minutes, and then I say thank you, Jesus.
Amen.
I should say thank you, Jesus, and then wake up. But I don't know. My body can't keep up with my soul, man. Yo, I am super blessed, man. This is a great week because we just the first 2 weeks of May has been amazing.
Well, the first one was my birthday.
Of course.
So this is our birthday month.
Birthday month, yeah. It's all about entrepreneurs. It's all about royalty, and it's all about Jesus, of course. Amen. How do you feel?
I feel good.
Yo, man.
I woke up this morning and I said, man, I'm ready to do the show.
Here we go. Here we go. But before we get to anything, man, like always, and my people that hear us already, because this is episode 7 episodes already, man.
Wow.
And I gotta give it a shout out to our sponsors who are helping us with this show. Who are they, man?
Fernie and Bernie Torres from Prominent One Realty and Prominent One Financial Group. If you want to buy, sell, refinance your home, if you're looking for investment property, if you just inherited a house, hey, give them a call. If you want to buy or sell, call Fernie Torres at 909-325-9302. And if you're ready to get pre-approved and see how much you qualify for, give Bernadine Torres a call and she'll help you out. Her number is 909-568-5805. That's my brother and sister right there, Fernie and Bernie. Give them a call. They could help.
Prominent One. You can't go wrong with Prominent One. Yeah, we got to make that song. I'm
That's the jingle right there, bro.
Heck yeah, man. I love that song. Okay, here we go. We're going to introduce, because we have a packed show today.
Yes, we do.
We have 2 guests, actually 3. But the first 2 are going to come up right now. I want to introduce you to a good brother of mine, Shalom, and his brother, Ruben.
Yeah.
What's up? Can I get the DJ sirens? Can I get that Mexican dude? There you go. All for you, buddy.
Just for you guys.
There you go. How you doing, you guys?
Good.
Yeah. All right, man. Good. Welcome to the show, man.
Thanks,
Welcome,
man. I love you. I love your. Are you a big fan of Sesame Street?
I used to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before they went woke.
Okay, that's another episode.
I gotta bring him in for the next episode, man.
We're gonna have to bring in Big Bird.
Big Bird in, yeah. So let's get into some stuff. You are a worship leader at your church. Mm-hmm. How did that come about?
So it's something I've been doing all my life. You know, just worship, music. Any way I can give God glory with whatever gifts He's given me. I do that. So I've been doing this since I can remember. Since I was little, I picked up a guitar, kept on playing, kept on getting better, and then eventually saw myself leading worship in front of people, and that's what I've been doing.
Wow, that's awesome,
that's
man.
Amazing.
So did you always knew that this is what I want to do, like worship?
No, I actually spoke about this a while back. So it's funny because I was just always a background person, piano player. I would be maybe a music director. Sometimes I would guide the band while the main leader would do his thing. And I never wanted that. I never wanted spotlight. I was happy with backing people up, being good support. And I'm actually still really good at that. I can still back up really good people. Yeah. But I saw the need in a few times when we would be in services, and I would see maybe the worship leader or the band singer, whoever it was,
leading
and missing moments where glory was there. And I was like, we got to stay here. We got to go deeper into this. And they would be like, next song. And I was like, no. And I saw myself, I'm like, a lot of them wouldn't like me telling them, hey, maybe next time. So then I saw myself, you know what, there's a need for people that can sense the atmosphere, sense what God is doing. And if that's me, even if I don't have the greatest voice, like I want to do it. So I stepped up to the plate. So
Do you ever like, cause I'm pretty sure it's hard. I was talking to you this about earlier. You're like your family, of course. You're a father of 3, right? Yeah. And how does that happen? Like, because your kids go with you at church and all that good stuff. The difficulties, because I'm pretty sure there's people that do worship and they're like, man, I don't think I could take it because I have a family. How do you balance it?
So I have.
Question.
So I have a great family that backs me up, that is also aligned to what I'm doing. My wife she serves with the team. And then my kids, they just love worship. I homeschool my daughter, who's the only one that goes to school, so it's so much easier to have her with us, and she does schoolwork on the go and stuff like that. But we do make time. Like, pretty much my life is ministry and family. That's it. I do. We hang out and stuff with friends, but I try to align with that. But I think the best way that I do it is being intentional. So I be intentional with my time, with what I do with my wife, my kids, and not just kind of see what happens. It's more being intentional. Like,
quality
it's like
time.
Exactly. So like Monday is my day off. I don't do nothing with nobody. Like it's just family.
That's true. I tell him let's go out, and he just says no.
Yeah. Sometimes I won't even answer on Monday.
Exactly.
So I'll just be like, that's all family day. Saturday kind of like it's my prep day. So where before used to be like the Saturday was like the wedding day, party day. Right. Now it's my prep day where I like prep for Sunday. And I spend time with my family too. So being intentional, I think, is
a beautiful thing, bro.
Yeah, and I know you for a while now. When you talk about family, you guys are very united. Like your parents, your bros, your cousins, anybody that it's like in your family, you guys really have like a plan, like a tack, like, okay, we're gonna do this, and you guys really maneuver like that. How does that like come from? Does that come from your dad? Is that something that you kind of like, hey, we gotta be like strict about it? Because I'm pretty sure everybody has different schedules.
I think it does come from our parents. I think they were from the start. We were always like a really tight family, really close. We have each other's backs. We're supportive of each other. I think it just kind of like went to us, and we kind of just step up to it. But yeah, even in every season of our life, even in the times where like maybe say me and him weren't looking eye to eye with like our walk with God, maybe. Even then we were tight. Like he didn't have to be what I was doing to be tight. Like we've always had that, whether he was seeking God or not, whether I was seeking God or not, whether I was married, dating, whatever it was. I think we always have our back. And I think it is from our parents for sure. We see that in my parents 100%.
They set that example.
What's the name of the church that you go to?
City Reach Church.
And you guys do a lot of reaches. Like you guys have, there's a thing that you do every one Saturday, or what is it?
For what?
For the you guys go and feed the homeless.
We do a lot of stuff for the community. So once a month we do the Reach. It's called Reach LA. We go out, we feed homeless. We go to sometimes we change it up. Sometimes we do Skid Row, where we go out there. We have some worship, and then we have people passing out food, also praying for people. Sometimes we'll go to like apartment complexes that sometimes people tell us, hey, there's a need over here. Right. We'll actually go to the apartment complex and hand out food, hang out, do whatever we can to help the community.
You posted a story recently. It's your daughter.
Yeah,
she was singing in the corner. Yeah, right. That was her. Right. And how, like, you seeing that, being the dad, what kind of joy did that bring you, seeing your daughter, man? Yeah,
that's like the best thing ever. It's like the best thing ever. She actually wanted to do it because she's actually really shy, but she was like, "Are you gonna sing tomorrow?" I was like, "Yeah." We were talking about it the day before, and she's like, "I want to sing with you, but I don't want to be a lead." But there was only one mic, so when we got there, I was like, "There's only one mic, babe. It's like you're gonna have to lead it." So she did for a while.
So you did the guitar,
I did the guitar, and
she was singing.
She was singing.
Oh,
Wow,
that's a blessing.
That's a blessing. Yeah, I saw that, and I was like, "Oh my God, that's cute." Does your kids ever, because they're kids, but I've seen them also pray. You guys teach them in your church how to pray, how to really find God. Is that something that your pastor really preaches about?
Big time. Our pastor, I've spoken about this before too, but our pastors, like both of them, they're so passionate for that. I remember several meetings where our pastors were like, we want the kids in here. And we have a big team, so we have a big, like when we talk about things like this, it's a big team, a lot of voices, a lot of opinions. And sometimes people will be like, I don't know about the kids being in service. They can get fuzzy, they can get annoyed, they can start running around. The parents can't even focus because they're looking at the kid making like a fool of himself, so now they can't even do that. But I remember our pastor was like, we'll start little by little. We'll start once service a month, maybe this and this and that. And it's come to a point where our kids they're baptized in the Holy Spirit. They're speaking tongues. They get it. You can see it in their fruits. They're not just singing like little things. Like they know word. They can preach a little. Like they literally
they're anointed.
They're being challenged to preach and stuff. So our kids are on fire, man. Like that's something.
Amazing.
My daughter Jasmine, she's 7 years old. She's already baptized in the Holy Spirit.
That's what it's all about, right there. Leading by example, and the kids following, seeing that example. That's what it's about. Yeah. That's making disciples of your children.
Yeah.
Shalom. What is one of the difficulties of being a worship leader?
One of the difficulties. I saw a podcast the other day. I don't know if you saw my story, but I posted a story. It was a podcast I used to follow. I don't follow them anymore, but they said something about being a worship leader is the worst job in Christianity. That's what the title was. Wow. Yeah. And they said that their reasoning behind that was because they said your job is on display every Sunday and every time you have service. Yeah. Not only to your pastors, but it's on display to the people.
Of course.
So you have people giving their opinions. Like, I don't like the music. I don't like the style. They lingered too long for this song. Whatever it is, And but I completely disagreed with that statement. I think it's one of the biggest blessings to see people find freedom in the midst of worship. People find joy. People have breakthrough in the midst of worship. But I think one of the biggest things that it is difficult as a worship leader, it is also that it's that your thing is your service is your ministry is on display always to everybody. It's like for a kids worker, it's they can have a bad day. Nobody really knows what happened.
Because you guys do back to back, right?
Yeah.
So you guys do back to back, but you guys have a good amount of people that go to your services, right? More than what?
So I don't know, maybe I would say average like 400,
400, and then come back, re-energize, and then do it again for another 400. How does that feel like? Do you feel tired sometimes? Do you feel like I can't do it? Let somebody else do it, or do you have a team that be like, yo, Shalom, I got this. I'll lead.
No, I've actually never felt that. I after like the 2 services we do, I am like beat like 100%. And my legs don't even work sometimes. Like I don't like. But during the day, I am so excited to see what God is doing, and and there's so many things that happen that I don't have time to feel like I'm tired. There are days obviously when we've been working like all week and stuff where I feel it like I gotta just drink like extra coffee. But it's never been where like I say I can't do it no more, Like I'm always ready to do it. It's a blessing, honestly. It's just such a blessing. There's always things that keep us going in our church, that keep us busy and stuff.
Right.
Wow, man.
Staying focused.
Yeah.
Your church is all about community.
Community. Yeah.
I want to get into this. You guys do crusades. Some of the biggest crusades in Salvador. Have you done Honduras? And where's you said Africa?
So right now, this year we're doing Mexico, Colombia, Brazil, and Africa.
Oh wow!
They're doing big crusades, and I've seen pictures of your pastor, great man, just praising and just giving the word to all these maybe thousands of people that show up. Yeah. And if you got to go check it out, man. It's incredible. Yeah. And so if you're listening to this, if you want to give. It's a great outreach to give to, and your pastor is really doing Great work. I really want to break ice right now. I want to ask you a question. It's funny. It's just give me your opinion. Pepsi or Coke?
Coke all the way.
Oh man, here we go.
Well, you like Pepsi?
I love Pepsi, man. I'm a Pepsi dude.
Coke Zero.
Yeah. Coke Zero. Yeah, Coke Zero.
Coke Zero's actually.
Ruben, what you think, man? Pepsi or Coke, buddy?
Coke.
Now that I got Ruben here, Ruben, I want you to tell me this testimony on your own words because I heard it from your bro. This is a strong testimony, man. And when your bro was telling me, I was shocked. You're gonna hear it, man. It was something something different, but yeah. Start, man.
So I went to Arizona for a job like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, maybe, and I was getting paid really well, and the company was paying for my hotel over there, and I was partying every other day. And one day I got like really messed up, and I was like, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm gonna go back home. I even quit the job. It was paying really good, like 30 an hour. Like it was really good. I went back home and I met up with a friend who's not Christian, who's not saved, and he's been with his girlfriend for 2 years, and they've been abstinent. So he told me all the good reasons why it's been a healthy relationship, and I was like, you know what? Like I want that too. So I'm not trying to do drugs anymore. I'm not trying to sleep. So months go by. I meet this one girl, and we hit it off. She's really nice and everything. We talked for a month, and I kind of tell her like, hey, like I like you. Let's be more than I'm friends. And she's like, oh, I like you too, but I have to tell you something. And I was like, oh, what is it? She's like, I practice paganism. Like I do a lot of different things. Wow. And she's like, but my dad also does it too. And it really hurt me to hear that, because I was like, I was so confused at the time.
Yeah, because you like her.
Yeah.
But you're like, well, I can't really join that cult.
Yeah, so it's funny that you say that, but like at the time I really liked her. We had like a 2-hour discussion of like, I think we can make this work. Like I'm not really that big into Christianity. I respect your religion. I feel like we're mature enough to handle the situation. I go home and my mom's like just waiting for me, and then she I kind of told her, hey mom, like I like this person. When it gets together, she's like, oh, let me pray for you before you even make your mind. We pray, and dude, when the prayer's over, I remembered that when she hugged me that night, like something grabbed onto my foot. Oh wow. And it was like God like instilled that memory, like, oh, like don't forget this. Like this is what really happened. Like he opened my eyes, and I got freaked out, and I told my mom, like, oh mom, pray for my leg. Like, let's make sure everything's clean. Right. And Monday came, and I was so confused. I was like, I don't know what I want to do with this, because I do like her. And then at the very end of the night, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna fast. God, I want, because I didn't really take God serious or anything. Tuesday came, and I'm fasting, and I meet up my friend he's really on fire for God. Her name's Victoria. Like, shout out Victoria. And she's like, I told her everything, and then she's like, oh yeah, you're finding God for the wrong reason. And then I was like, no, I'm gonna get her saved. Like I gotta get saved first, then I'm gonna get her saved. She's like, oh, because we had a special guest that Friday, and I was like, oh, we're gonna get her saved on Friday, so we can start dating right away. And she's like, you get her saved on Friday, she's gonna go back to her house where she's doing her dad's doing all this like voodoo and demonic stuff. Like, how are you gonna help her? Yeah. Like you're so weak, like you're baby right now. And I was like you're right. So then I texted her, I'm like, hey, do you want to meet up? And she's like, yeah. So when I'm gonna go see her, I'm like, God, if you don't want me to be with this person, like take these feelings away from me, because I don't want to go through the pain of like heartbreak. Right. I see her, and like immediately like this like thought comes to me, and it's like her dad is really her dad has put her in situations where it's like really abusive, and like just like these heart-wrenching situations where she almost got stabbed because of, and then like the next day, like that same guy that almost stabbed the daughter like came in the house, and they were just drinking beers, like nothing just happened. And I'm like, dang, like your dad put you in those situations, and you're gonna like keep living how your dad is living. And it hurt me, because I'm like I'm selfish. Like I grew up in a good Christian household, and my parents are strong, like they're happily married, like shalom, like the whole family's connected, and this person's over here struggling. And it really hurt me, and I was like, dang, like I have to get my act together, I have to start seeking God, right? So on Tuesday came, I ended things off with her that Tuesday. I come back home, I throw away all my clothes. I felt convicted to do it, and then as I'm throwing the clothes, I'm like, dang, a lot of this clothes is like really demonic. I had a lot of like double-minded like gestures or jokes on my clothing, and I was like, okay, like gotta get rid of this. I go to sleep. I'm still fasting, by the way. It is like a whole week process for me. I'm still fasting, and then 3 a.m. I wake up. There's like this super thick atmosphere in my room. But for some reason, I just knew that it was like 80% of it was full. Yeah. And I looked at my room like, there's one more thing I got to throw. And it was like this super lewd shirt I had since high school as a joke. Yeah. I was like, dang, I forgot I had this. So then I threw it out, go back to sleep. Wednesday, I go to church. I get delivered. And then Thursday, Victoria again, she... we're talking, and she's like, on Tuesday I woke up at 3 a.m. to pray for somebody. Yeah. And I was like, that was me. Like, I didn't tell anybody about that. So I was like, it threw me off. I was like, wow, like this stuff is real. Like, I'm getting like a third party. Like, this stuff is really real. And then Friday came, bro. I was like an hour prayer before the hour prayer, an hour prayer. Worship was like an hour. Then Pastor Rod Parsley, who was a guest, he was like ministry for a whole hour. So like, I was just like on like a God, like, God, I already know you're real. You've given me these things, but God, now I want you to give me something. So like, when times are tough, I can look back on this memory. Like, give me an experience between you and me, so I know how much you love me. Everyone says Jesus loves you, so I want to feel, I want to know that you're there. And then at the very end, right before Pastor Rod Parsley leaves, he says, a lot of us will get to heaven, and if God leaves heaven, we'd stay in heaven. We have to get to the point where if we go to heaven and God leaves heaven, we leave heaven and go after God. Like, we should be seeking God that much. And I was like, I lost sight of everything. Like, I thought I knew the rules and like the things to do to Christianity, but I realized it's just like seeking truly and solely on God. Yeah. And I haven't stopped ever since. I've been praying every day.
That's awesome, buddy. I mean, wow. Let's hear that encore, man. That encore. Let's get that encore, buddy. Wow.
God definitely has a plan and a purpose for each and every one of us. And the devil also has a plan. So God intervened for you, and he had that person praying and standing in the gap for you to make the right decision.
May God bless Victoria.
Amen.
You know, I want to...
Yeah, God bless you.
Yeah, may God bless Victoria. Yeah. She is amazing in this story, man. She is the person that God really did use for you, man. And we'll continue. We know, man, and your brother knows that you have a lot of great things coming in your way, man. And God's going to use you greatly. God's going to bless you.
What's crazy, too, is... So him and my cousin, they're both like, they both kind of had the experience similar times, but they both challenged me so much. Like, we can't even do like a regular Target run, I don't know, 7-Eleven run, without both of them stopping and just evangelizing everyone on their way.
That's awesome.
Sometimes I'm even like, come on, guys, I'm really trying to get home. Like, and
I just came for some milk.
Exactly. I just came for some Pampers, bro. We're trying to get out of here. But yeah, they've challenged me in that aspect where it's like they preach it everywhere they go. Like, everywhere they go. And I love the way he brings some people in. He's like, he'll do this. It's like his little thing he does. He'll start talking to me about God really loud in a store so people can listen, even if he's not having that conversation with them. And he's like preaching to me, but I'm like, why are you preaching to me? But I know he's preaching to someone else, you know? But then when people ask, people will be like, hey, you guys are Christian or something like that? And he'll be like, yeah, like, and he'll get them, and he'll be like, hey, if you come to church, he'll kind of say stuff like that, like a little hook, like, this is a church, he'll evangelize, this is our church, if you want to come, I'm going to tell you the story how I almost dated a witch, and blah, blah, blah. And then, like, yeah, and then people are like curious about that, you know? Because people are curious about the supernatural. Like, I think we don't think that, but
I said this to you before. I don't know if you remember. I'm gonna say this again. Invite me when you preach. All right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I want to be there, Ruben. I want to be there. I want to support that, man, because it's gonna happen.
Yeah, you get front row seats.
Man, thank you guys for coming, buddy. Thank you, bro. Do you wanna, I know you have it. Before you leave, I know you have something big coming up this year. It's one of your singles coming out for your worship. Sure. Can we get a name? When is it coming out?
So it should come out by.
It has to be soon. I'm always on him. I literally am like, dude, when is this song coming out?
No, it should come out like the next week.
For sure. All right, man. You heard it here, but looking forward to it. Yeah.
It's gonna be called Wildfire.
Wildfire. Yeah, and he has a great. I could say that, man. If you ever go to City Reach in Whittier, just man, the worship, it's amazing. You guys really take that to a next level. You guys really get into it. And what I love is that pastor lets you guys worship. He does not stop. I want to go up. He feels it, and if the Holy Spirit is just moving, you guys move, man. And I've seen that firsthand. If you guys ever go, just listen to it, man. And God's using you so much, man.
Yeah, praise God. Awesome. Praise God.
Thank you guys for coming, man. I really appreciate that, you guys. And man, this was amazing, bro. Thank you guys. Man, wow. It just gets better and better, man. I really, really love hearing stories like this, man, and God is doing great things in people's lives.
I just want people to realize and recognize something. There's so much going on in the world, but God is moving. God is moving in people's lives. God is putting boldness in people in this time and age. Like one of the pastors, he's a pastor. Yeah. Good brother, his name is Reggie. He always tells me, he goes, God brought you back for a time like this.
Yeah. Exactly.
And because I shared with you coming in, I was like, man, I had so much that I wanted to do. Yeah. And God's just using me and opening up doors, and look here we are.
Here we are, yeah, man. I am the CUATRO CERO, and this is a platform where we can express what we're doing in the kingdom. This is, if you've seen the episodes, we're not people that push anybody away. We do believe that God uses everybody, and everybody has a testimony. Everybody wants to say something, and whether we've talked about suicide, we talked about great things. It's been fun and done, but this is a really cool show to just express yourself. And we got somebody else, but before we bring this person, I really want to give a shout out to our sponsors.
Fernie and Bernie, Prominent One Financial and Prominent One Realty. In fact, can I pull out the sign?
Yeah, can you pull out the sign? Let's pull out the sign.
Oh, there it is. Where is it? Hold on. There we go.
But you gotta really maneuver to talk also in the mic.
So Fernie and Bernie, Prominent One Realty and Prominent One Financial Group. If you're looking to buy, sell, refinance, looking for investment properties, they're the people to call. They're the people that were ready to help and help make your dreams come true. Prominent One and Prominent One Financial Group.
Can't go wrong with Prominent One. I am super happy to bring this next guest. We've been friends for many years. I actually did my first EP, my first LP with him. He's helped me so much grow as an artist. He's done all my beats. I love this guy. He's one, if not the last person that was there for me when I needed somebody the most. And this guy I can go to anytime and just have a great conversation. I love this guy. I needed him for my birthday week. And this guy has done all my beats, everything in my music. I want to bring him up. His name is UNEAK Music.
All right. There he is.
What's up, buddy, man?
What is going on, my friend?
Yo, man, I'm excited to have you here, bro. Oh, man, how you feeling, bro?
I feel good, man. I feel great.
What did you think about what they were saying, man?
Bro, it's powerful.
Yeah,
it's so powerful to hear testimonies from a young person,
right?
Like, I think it hits differently. Like, it hits good when it's like an adult. Obviously, you hear like the testimonies, the thing that God does, right? But when it's a young person, just getting that like enlightenment, like that Saul moment, it's amazing.
Bro, I have to point this out because you're one of the very few that really, I love your clothing line, bro. Like way you dress, man. You got this cool little style, I like that hat. Be unique, and so that is merchandise that you're having selling, or
yes. So I started a clothing line a couple years ago. Be Unique Apparel. It's mine. It's available. And I know plug it later.
But there's a lot of people that really like put it out there, man. I've seen sweaters. I've seen hats. Anything else that you're
shorts?
Bringing?
We got some shorts. Yeah, we got some shorts. In Cali, you got
summer's coming.
Summer's coming. Yeah,
it's gonna be hot.
Yeah, we got some shorts. We got some kids apparels.
You know, we need some couple of hats here.
I got you.
You don't happen to go all the way up to 3X slim,
5X.
Wow, bro.
There it is, right there.
We need the 5X representation, brother.
I gotta represent. You know what I'm saying?
But besides your clothing line, buddy, you're also one of the hottest producers out here, man. Music producers, man. You've done a lot of beats for a lot of Christian artists here locally.
Yes. I've been working in the music industry, but locally for the past 10, 15 years. Wow. And it's always been my goal. I've never been thinking like, my thinking has never been, oh, I want to be famous or I want to be huge. I've always had a passion for up and coming artists who struggle to get into it. You know, it's a scary thing for young artists to want to get into a studio because of the money or whatever. Yeah. Right. And I've always had a heart for like working with young artists to get them to chase or start their dreams. So yes,
them that opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like that's been my calling for a very long time. Even like you said, like we met in 2013.
No, 2011.
11. Damn, wow. Good memory, bro. Yeah. And that kind of reveals our age, huh?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was very younger, bro.
But you know, I think when we started, it was the same issue. We were talking about, you know, studios, like, boy, I have one in my house, let's just do it. Yeah. And that's always been my passion. Yeah, for sure.
Since I've known you, you've always been somebody who likes creativity. Yeah. You're very, very passionate about that. Some of the artists that I know that you work with, Damaris Elaine, MC Valiente, myself, you've done other music with I'm Good News, Generation Recovery, you're doing something with them, Peace to Aaron. So these are artists that are really hot here in LA, and like every artist is different, of course.
Yes.
So how do you like? Because you know, I throw you some. Hey man, I need some cumbias, and you're like, okay. Or a Generation Recovery be like, I need some. I don't know what did they like? What did they ask for?
West Coast
stuff. Music, yeah. And so you got to think West Coast. Mm-hmm. Do you find yourself sometimes like blocked? Like, man, how can I break this code?
You know, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. There is this moment in creativity where it kind of stops. Yeah. And I have different methods of kind of breaking it. I'll take a break from it. Yeah. I'll play video games. Like sometimes I'll just get on like the PS4 because can't afford a PS5. No, I can't. Yeah. PS4. yeah. And I'll just start playing and I like listening to like the music there. So taking a break from it sometimes, being able to come back to it and kind of refresh my brain.
So you play video games, so listen to other sounds and be like, oh, I like this. Yeah. Do you ever find yourself like a theme park or somewhere that you hear a sound and you're like, let me record that? Yeah.
Wow. I'm constantly hearing samples.
Wow.
I was thinking about it the other day. There was one time one of my friends sang a song on Instagram. Yeah. She did a cover of a worship song, and it was raining in the background. Yeah. And I was like just scrolling, you know, like kind of like doing my thing, and I heard it. I'm like, ooh. And I messaged her and I told her, send this to me right now. She sent it to me. I flipped it, made a beat, and I'm Good News rapped on it. So I'm hearing things constantly.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
It just comes to you, right?
Yeah, it just comes to me.
Wow, bro. Do you ever get frustrated with artists?
Yeah,
because they're like asking too much.
Not because they're asking too much. Sometimes it's because they doubt themselves too much. Okay. Sometimes I see the potential, but they're so hesitant to move into that potential, and it's frustrating. Yeah. And as much as you want to say, "Hey, you could do it. Hey, I believe in you. Hey," it's gonna take their own journey.
They gotta believe in themselves.
Yeah. So that becomes frustrating. I'm a very patient man. Like I'm very patient and. I could work in the studio and, let's try it again. But that, for some reason, it brings out the impatience in me. I don't know why. I have no idea why.
It's true. I work with them, so I know I could be frustrated. And sometimes you told somebody, Damaris actually, she was talking about that you told her I have like 50 songs.
Bro, you have a folder of like 1 terabyte of beats.
I do.
That you're not even using.
And you know what? The problem is that there's songs that I at that moment like, let me use it. But I'm doing so much stuff that song kind of like just flashes back, and then I'm always trying to give it away. I'm always trying to give it away, bro.
Can you give it back to me?
Yeah, give it back. Somebody else will use it.
I'm actually looking for a beat.
You're looking for a beat? Awesome. There you go. There you go.
We're going to do some songs.
Let's look at that folder, okay?
Hey, it's a huge folder. So I know that you talked about music. What inspires you to like wake up and just be like, I have something? Do you ever wake up just I don't want to do this beat?
that I want to do this.
They like just you hear it and you just like find the way to just get in there.
No, not in a long time. I'll be honest. I think that for me, the season that I'm in right now, it's about the work. So I wake up with already a list of, I got to do this for this artist. I have to do this for this artist. I have to mix this for this artist. I don't create as much just independently anymore. And I was talking to someone earlier. I want to get back to that because that was my quiet time, right? That was my like moment of like, it's almost like my worship, like per se, like, you know, and I realized this past year and a half, I'm just making per purchase, and I'm not just creating. So I don't wake up like, oh, I'm gonna make a beat today. Like it's more like I gotta mix this song and I have it's due at 5 p.m. today, you know?
Deadlines.
Yeah, deadlines. Exactly. That's where I'm at right now. But I'm gonna be honest, I want to get back to where you're saying. I want to get back to being able to wake up and just like eager to like, I want to create.
Because you have an album.
I have an album coming out in winter, yes.
Yeah, but you have also something that, or is it a mixtape? What is it called?
Just recently?
Before.
Yeah. So starting 2 years ago, I started releasing a lo-fi album.
Lo-fi album.
Yeah, so it was instrumentals for people to study. And I also wanted to I had some stuff that I was creating. I'm like, and that wasn't the season that I was just creating. Yeah. So the last 2 years, every December, I've put out a lo-fi album.
Yeah.
Last December, I stopped. I didn't do it because I'm preparing a collab album with actually like artists for winter this year.
Oh, okay. I'm still waiting.
For what? For more beats, bro? You got a bunch.
No, but for that album, I was told in Denny's like I was gonna be in that album.
You are.
Yeah,
you
know,
you have a song in that album.
I need to be in that album.
Yes, you're definitely in there.
So I heard. I don't know, Tony. Did you hear when he said I'm gonna create something for this show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that gonna happen?
That is gonna happen.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
Well,
we want a signature sound for the CUATRO CERO.
Yes.
And man, you can already hear it. I already know how you're working. So, what do you see yourself long term with this? Because you've been doing beats for a while.
Yeah. So, I think I consider myself a producer, not a beat maker, and there's a difference. A beat maker just makes beats, right?
Yeah.
Producer creates songs.
Yeah.
And now I'm in the mixing area and the mastering area of production. Eventually, within the next 5 years, my goal is to open up my studio to be a bigger business, to have multiple rooms where people can mix and record and even do podcasts. And run a studio. And create as a producer, but have an engineer doing that work. Because right now, you get in the studio, I produce, I mix, I do everything, right? I've been able to be blessed a couple of times where I have an engineer and I'm able to just like, boom, create, and the engineer's the one that's working.
Right.
So eventually, like within the next 5 years, that's what Unique Music I wanted to be, like a whole production house and studio where people could go and record.
Awesome.
I also like to teach.
Yeah,
So
you do a lot. You
plan.
do something that you do. Yeah, teach.
I like to teach. So I want to gather producers. I want to do seminars on production, songwriting, all that stuff. Yeah, man.
He's definitely going to be part of our conference that we're talking about.
Yeah, 100%. Yes. Yeah, man. He's up for it. Yeah, he's for real. We're doing some stuff, and I always we got to talk to Unique. He does a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
And I know you have a friend. I don't know if you want to talk about it, but you also work with some people in Interscope. Is it Interscope or in the industry?
Yeah. So my mentor, Greg Morgan, who's also known as Beatsmith. He works in the industry, and I've been able to learn from him. He's worked with artists, and it's funny because he never likes to name drop artists, but I do. He's worked with like artists, and I've been able to like help him work with these artists like Justin Bieber, like Ariana Grande, like you name it. Like,
A-list
artists. And he's a songwriter, sound designer, vocal coach, and one of my best friends. Like I went to high school with him. Yeah. So that's where I grab my knowledge from, because he's like one of the smartest guys I know.
Wow, man. Dude, thank you for coming, buddy. I really appreciate you, bro. We've done so much work together, and I wish you the very best success. I know that because if you follow him, where can they find you at, man?
So you can find me anywhere at Unique Music, UNEAK Music. You know, also my website, uniquetheproducer.com.
Yeah, because we're doing a showcase very soon, we're working on it right now. And we do need somebody who's going to be working on beats for these upcoming people that really, and that you just told them right now, hey, I do this, and I know him, and he's gonna. I already got my guy here, so
cool.
Thank you for coming, man. Thank you for coming, buddy. It's like I said, man, I can say great things about you because my music has really, one of my favorite songs is Bacano. We really Toca Toca, Han Solo. I love these songs, man. And I could say this because I want people who are artists and they're looking for a producer that really just pushes them to another level. You find them right here. Unique Music is the guy to go to, and I really enjoy. If you ever hear my music and you're like, who is the guy who this dude right here? And and the patience that you have with me, man, because I'm pretty hard to work with. I'm always texting him, I don't like this. I change it. But you're like, and you know what it is you have patience. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're like, hey, I'll get to it. I'll work on it. Stop texting me at 2 a.m. No, it's a friendship that we have, man. You know what? Let me give you an icebreaker, man. Mm-hmm. Are you a Pepsi guy or a Coke guy?
I am a Mexican Coca-Cola guy.
Oh.
And I am a Pepsi Zero guy. I tried Pepsi Zero, and it's actually really good. Yeah, there you go. Look, David's putting the encore because he likes it.
Coke Zero.
All right, shorts or pants?
Pants.
Oh.
Pants. I don't like to show leg.
You don't like to show legs?
Nah, man. Nah.
All right. Hamburger or hot dog?
Burgers. 100%.
100%. Okay.
In-N-Out sounding
Did you
really
ever?
good
Did you ever? You know who Wimpy is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
From
you know
Popeye.
Wimpy? Yeah, that's what it used to call me when I was little. Wimpy.
No way, really?
I love burgers, bro.
Oh man.
Pay you Tuesday, right, for a hamburger
Yes,
today.
exactly.
Cheesecake or ice cream?
Cheesecake.
Oh,
I love cheesecake.
And last question: SpongeBob or Batman?
Batman, bro.
Oh, here you go.
Have you ever tried churro cheesecake?
I never tried churros.
Oh.
Where from?
Anywhere. I have a friend who runs a business, and she sells churro cheesecakes.
Dulce.
Wow.
Yeah. Give a shout out to her. Yeah.
Dulce Cariño Sweets.
Dulce Cariño Sweets. Go follow her on Instagram. She does. Yeah, I actually was. You guys had a pop thing?
Yeah, a pop up.
The pop up.
A show.
Yeah. And she was there, and I taste one of her sweets, and it's really good actually. And not to brag, but if she wants to come on the show, man, let her know, man. We will talk about her business because that's what it's all about, man.
For sure.
Thank you guys, man. Thank you, Unique, again for coming. Tone Rock, you got to say anything?
Yes. As you know, this is his birthday week.
Yes, yeah. Happy birthday, bro.
So there's a couple of things, and I'm glad you're here. Obviously, you've known him a lot longer than I have. You work with him. Yeah. You know him as a friend. You know him as an artist. Mm-hmm. I just recently met him. Mm-hmm. We haven't known each other that long, but look how much we've already done together.
Yeah.
It's like this. When I click with somebody, and we're both have the same work ethic.
Yeah.
Like today. I know he's a busy guy, and I tell him, hey, bro, if I got too much, if I giving you too much, let me know.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, don't worry about it. I got you. And he's got me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm the same way. So that's why we're able to get things done. And that's something I love about this guy. He really never tells me no. Mm-hmm. And I go, you're going to have to stop me at some point, bro, because I'm going to keep pushing. You know what I mean? Yeah. But you know what, brother? I just want to wish you a happy birthday.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I want to thank you not only for your friendship, but you're also teaching me things. And he's introducing me to a lot of wonderful people, man.
Yeah.
Like yourself. I mean, before I ever met you, he's told me about you. Everybody that's been on the show is because of my brother right here. Wow. Now there's people that I will be bringing on the show, but everybody that's been on the show, everybody that's been on the shows that we've worked on together, it's because of him, and also DJ Alex.
DJ Alex,
And I got to give him props because he's the reason how I met Danny. Doing my New Year's Eve show. But tell us a little bit, brother. Like, I know you're always asking questions about everybody. Tell them what your vision is, not only for the CUATRO CERO, but what we talked about doing our shows, doing what. Give them a little bit of what's in here in your heart.
Yeah, you know what? I'm in a really great position right now. You know this, and you'll know this about. But we have some meetings coming up, and I really strongly feel about these meetings. Something that I can share is that I know that we're in talks right now with Honduras for me to become like an ambassador, and to do events out there for them and do events out here.
Nice.
And I'm praying about it. We met Lupita Diaz. She's an amazing person. And she also brought a bigger sponsor coming up. But we've been talks of doing big things, man. Big things at a really high level. And I'm blessed to be trusted with these projects.
Wow.
And I'm super blessed. I haven't said anything yet. I haven't announced anything yet because I really want this to happen.
Right.
But you will see some flyer coming up soon. And I'm super grateful for what God is doing in my life. The shift that's happening. A year ago, I wasn't even in this position, man. I was really like just down and out. I was like, I gave too much in 2021, as you know. I gave a lot. 2021, I was really, I put all my efforts, my finances, everything on that 2021. I didn't want to do music no more, but I had people like the Maris, I had people like you, Publico, I had people I could name 5 people, and you guys were really like, hey, we're praying for you, especially you, man, that we had that one time that I was driving, I was really like ready to jump out of the roof, and you would say, nope, God has something big for you. And I appreciate you as a brother, but a friend, man, and I don't really talk like this, like I don't say my personal stuff, but I don't really have that type of family. I pray for them, of course, but I know that God is putting this type of family. And I'm super grateful, man. I always talk to everybody, man, and I love everybody around me right now that God's putting this team together. But yeah, a lot of good things are happening. I could be so like in tears. I'm in tears every time I come over here because we just talked about the CUATRO CERO back in January. It wasn't even like a thing that we wanted to do. We wanted to do a lot of other stuff. And we say, hey, podcast. And we thought of the Maris. And then there's a meeting happened. And then we have a big old sponsor, and that's how this happened.
Wow.
And I'm super blessed that happened, man. And and for him to trust me that, hey, you're gonna run this, and I'm also showing what I can do.
Yes.
And I'm doing it at a high level.
Absolutely,
so.
man.
Like they say, when you're faithful in the little, God will give you over much.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, look, bro, I go, I know I have a vision. I go, but I can't do this. I'm walking in here and I don't know anybody.
Yeah.
16 years ago, I knew everybody that was doing things, and making things happen. I go, but then I came back recently, and like right away, God introduced me to DJ Alex. DJ Alex introduced me to Brother Danny right here. Brother Danny introduced me to Damari. Damari's introduced me to. God just. When I say God's moving, God's moving, and He hasn't stopped.
Yeah.
And just opening up doors for us. That's why I wanted him to share, because I told him, I said, you know what, bro, I know you're going through some things right now. I go, but God has big plans for us. He brought us together for a reason. And in a short time, we already done 2 shows. We got 4 shows lined up for the summer. We got the CUATRO CERO. We're already talking to other sponsors that want to jump on.
Nice.
And God just, all we're doing is showing up, and God's doing the rest.
And it's interesting, and I'll say it on record, on TV and on radio. I've told him this. He's a hard worker.
Yes.
And I think that when you have that disposition of just grinding, you either get blessed or make the blessing happen, because you're opening doors, you're knocking on doors. And I think that if I'm honest with you, I know that him and I have had like some really serious, deep combos, not always fun, not always good, but we always end up, being good at the end.
Right.
But I am not surprised of this and where it's going, because you cannot say that he is a lazy person. You cannot say that he's not a hard worker. And so I'm extremely proud of him. And I love you, bro. I really do, and I wish nothing but the best for you.
Amen.
Happy birthday, bro! Happy birthday!
All right, man. It's good.
Mucho sentimiento. Mucho sentimiento.
On that note,
man, I am super blessed to be here at the CUATRO CERO, man. Let's give a shout out to our sponsor, because they are.
One more time, we just want to thank our sponsor, because you know what? Without them, this wouldn't be possible.
Yeah.
It takes money to make things happen.
Yeah.
And my brother Fernie and sister Bernie, they believe in us. They trust us. They put their money where their mouth is.
Yeah.
We talked to them and they said, let's do it. And here we are. We're doing it. We had them on the last show, or actually 2 shows ago, right?
Yeah.
And they're helping a lot of people out there.
They have a great testimony,
So,
man. Just go.
Bernie and Bernie, if you're looking to buy, sell, refinance, investment property, if you just inherited a house and you don't know what to do with it, give them a call and they could help. So Fernie Torres at 909-325-9302 and Bernie Torres 909-568-5805. Fernie and Bernie, Prominent One Realty.
Amen.
And Prominent One Financial Group. They can help.
And then also go check out my boy UNEAK Music.
Yes, sir.
His new album coming out this year in winter, man. Go follow. We will probably call you back, bro. So we could talk about that album. I really want to talk about the album. Drop some music. And the next time you hear the CUATRO CERO in June, you're gonna hear this different type of beat. All UNEAK music right there, man, because I do trust this guy with my beats, man. And I love you, buddy. Thank you for coming. Thank you guys for tuning in. Go check our website, www.com, thecuatrocero.com. Also, go check out Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, anywhere where you can hear the podcast, man. We're super excited to continue this, and we're going to continue for a very long time.
That's right.
God bless you guys. We'll see you guys later.
God bless.